friends and I made this for you.
911, what's your emergency?
75% of 911 calls are not actually for violent crimes or something like that happening in the moment. When police show up to situations with people who have mental health issues, people with a mental illness are 16 times more likely to be killed by police. Some people may know Cami Thomas, who was a person who was having an instance where they were having a mental health crisis, and instead of people showing up with care from their community and actually providing support in that moment of need, instead a police officer showed up and they killed Cami Thomas. And those are the kind of real life instances that happen every day in St. Louis where we need to do better by residents.
A typical day would be chaos. It's exhausting because it's every single day. There is crime, there is something going on that requires an officer immediate response. And it takes hours to get an officer for a simple accident versus going out to the county and an officer is coming not even 5 minutes. That really affects me.
People definitely are tired of what they've been facing, both with 911, in the most harrowing moments of their lives, or when they really need a helping hand or services. They're faced with a system that's really fragmented and unresponsive. And then when they actually get the response, often that's a very violent response. Transforming 911 is about what solutions we can have to that kind of system. Modernizing 911, structuring it differently, moving it outside of police departments, and thinking differently about how we set up and support it. Then it's about the people behind 911, the dispatchers. We need to pay them more. We need to actually register them as first responders so that they get access to those legal protections and other support systems and pay that they really deserve.
It's a very stressful job, so you do have the mental effect of it, which causes a lot of turnover, and I'll say which is why I left. Working 7 days straight and not getting paid and being exhausted. Not only that, not having the support from your, management. Those are things that you need in order to keep people coming every day.
Forward Through Ferguson really believes in community voice, radical listening to communities that are most affected by an issue. And so we did a series of town halls around policing, and we asked community members, what are your top 3 priorities for change in the region? And they named alternatives to police, alternative first responder systems. That's how we came up to these solutions.
We're sending in people who are trained, of course, to just be an officer, but having someone that actually understands my situation would help transform the entire situation.
There was a time before how things are set up. There was a time before 911 even existed. There was a time before policing as it's set up today existed. And so if it's not working for us now, we can design different ways of being that actually live into the values for how we want St. Louis to show up. And first responder alternatives are a beautiful way to live into those different values. You could be connected actually to a mental health practitioner. You could be connected to a team of social workers. These are proven, they're safe, they reduce response times, and they're all around better for meeting the needs of residents. Don't let anybody tell you that it's not possible in St. Louis, that a plan doesn't exist for what this could actually look like. It exists, the money is here. Policing costs way too much compared to what it's actually offering for residents, and we can achieve this if we actually put our mind towards it and if elected officials are ready to prioritize it.